Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Please share, please open your mic, sir, and switch on the camera so we can check it out. Azim, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon, and I can hear you. I was just on a call with Arvind ji only.
Okay, sir.
Just give me a second, sir. I am just give me a second. I think it's working fine. Can you see me?
Yes, sir, working fine. So do one thing, blur your background if you can.
Blur my background. Uh, just a sec. I think I'm very bad with Zoom. I think it's done. Perfect.
Yes, sir,
Can you
perfect.
hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
sir, yeah. Yes, sir, yes,
Oh,
sir.
perfect. Perfect. Please let me know when to start.
We can start now. Simran ma'am.
Sure, sir. So, good afternoon, everyone. I am Simran Yadav, and on behalf of the Center for Distance and Online Education at VGU, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you. Today, we have gathered virtually for an expert talk on the topic Career Kaleidoscope Shaping Tomorrow's Success Story with the Palette of Digital Learning. The speaker of today's session is Mr. Nadeem Chauhan. He is admissions director, startup mentor, and a strategic leader. He is an alumnus of eminent institutions such as University of Kerala and IIT Kharagpur. Having over 15 years of experience in admissions, operations, and building brands, he has been associated with renowned institutions such as Delhi Technological University, An Academy, BITS Pilani, and many more. In today's interactive session, Mr. Chauhan will share invaluable insights on the different career opportunities available to the learners. So without further ado, let's extend a warm welcome to Mr. Nadeem Chauhan. Sir, kindly address our learners.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that warm welcome from your end. Uh, this was really being so kind of you. To start with, for today's webinar, as I think almost we have 123 joinings as of now. And this webinar has been specially designed and curated, keeping in mind all our aspirants who have joined us today and who are looking forward to go ahead with their career paths in digital learning. I want to share many experiences. But to start with today, though I want to tell about myself as well, because many of you would be curious about that, how things have changed in recent times. But to start with, I remember one of the story, I will say, or I will say one of the lesson I learned the hard way in my career journey of 15 years. And to connect today all those learners who are here, I want to start with allegory of caves, a theory given by Plato almost in 1857, almost 1,000 decades away. There was a theory given by Plato, and that theory name was allegory of caves. So all these students who have joined me today, let's listen to the story first, and then we will come forward and how this story still connects with all of you brilliant minds who have joined us today. So this story revolves around Plato and the strategies which were used in olden days, wherein the prisoners or the जिनको हम कैदी बोलते हैं, those were used to kept in caves, and these caves were formed in a manner wherein these prisoners were only see a wall in a dark cave, and behind them there was a dig hole, after which there was a fire lit up. Now, this fire and the prisoner, there was a gap through which some of the creatures used to pass. And these prisoners, because it was so dark, they can only see the images or the shadows of that fire on the front wall of them. And they used to think this is the world it is all about. After years, when they were set free, and when they were asked to leave that room or that cave, they used to come out, and first they used to go blind because of all that light which used to come on their eyes, and then they used to see that world, that imaginary world which was seen only into shadows, and then they used to realize how beautiful that world is. Now, you all would be thinking, why allegory of caves? Theory given by Plato almost 100 years away. Why and how it is relevant in today's world? So, let me tell you all digital students who are logged in today, you all are the students who were doing your practices. You were studying from your first class till 12th class. You were studying in different schools. Their physical environment and physical needs were not shaped and not properly provided. But today you are into a digital world and you are doing courses online. And this platform of yours, wherein just a computer, a PC, a laptop, and an internet connection can provide you and can give you a platform wherein you can do wonders and can achieve and excel in life. So this was all about Plato and theory of allegory of caves. So just to coming out of that, a very warm welcome to all those who have joined this session today and all the students and aspirants who are the future of our nation and who are somewhere or the other working hard to achieve the heights, what they deserve and what they believe they can do. So good afternoon, everyone. I am Nadeem Chauhan. To start with, I want to tell you a story about myself. coming from an army family, being an army brat, I was born and brought up in an army family when dad is a retired brigadier. So the challenges were not short from the beginning itself. Perseverance or grit, you can say, or the zeal or the dedication, uh, everything was taught from childhood, that how to deal or how to cope up in any situation. So from that army family, learning many new things, learning things, and learning about life, I grown up. I studied in a international school. I got best of the perks, and trust me, I am pledged. At the same time, it's my pleasure today on this forum to guide you guys. Recently, I was hearing Modi ji saying this in one of startup inauguration that you guys are privileged. The guys who have achieved something in life, you guys are privileged, and you are the one who have to go ahead and have to deliver something in life to the students so that they can get that help. Because if I talk about 20 years, 10 years, 15 years back the line, these sort of webinars and seminars never used to happen, and we never got a chance to hear the imaginary lives or the stories of the experts which can help us. So that really clicked me, and I thought, why not if I can share my stories, and if someone like you can benefit out of that, then that would be the best thing I can do. So to start up with my story, let me tell you, my story starts with failures. And this is a learning which I have also learned in a very hard way, that a person who can accept failures can do wonders in life. So all those students who are sitting today here, when I say failures, let me tell you, my 10th, my 11th, my 12th class results was not that much, you can say, overwhelmed, or you can say achievable, which were like I have done something extraordinary. I was a very ordinary student. And though coming from an army family, it was always, and I think the culture which I pursued never provide me any pressure on that front. But then I learned a hard way, many failures, many setbacks. I did my graduation from NIT Calicut. I did my master's from one of the most prestigious institute of India, IIT Kharagpur. Doing from that, getting, obviously I'm a computer science graduate, did my marketing, everything stuff. But still, failures can hit you anytime. And after doing that, getting into Infosys, Wipro, and starting my career into software, when going to Seattle or New Jersey, I was there in New Jersey for a year. Did my entire career over there. But then failures can hit you anywhere, what I'm talking about. And some failures and setback hit me, and I was back to ground zero. I came to India back, and then I realized that nothing is impossible, wherein you can do many things at any given point of time, which can take you to newer heights again and again. So, all those students who are at a percentage of 90, 95, 100, 80, 85, trust me, uh, be prepared for facing failures in life. And all those students who have logged in today with a percentage of 50, 60, 65, you need not have to worry. You are already doing well, and I can guarantee you, you will achieve heights in future as well. So the reason why I said this is percentage doesn't matter. What matters is learning, that continuous learning, continuous growth, and continuous development is what is required. And this, if that is in place, you can achieve wonderful heights. Trust me, students. So failures and setbacks are something wherein my story starts from. And this is something I want to relate with you guys, that when in our era, I'm talking about 2000 to 2010, wherein there were no computers, there was computers also at a very binary level, no mobile phones, no internet connections, no Facebooks, no Instagrams, no Snapchats, no LinkedIn's. But then also we were able to thrive. And that the reason why we were able to thrive was the continuous learning and continuous growing. But when that drastic transformation happened from 2010 to 2020, wherein the entire world went global and changed, The persons who are able to survive are doing wonderful things today in the world, but the persons who are not able to adapt that change, who are not able to adapt to the environment, some of them are no more in the market, or some of them are still struggling to do so. Today, after this webinar, go back and ask your parents that have they ever heard about Kodak, or have they ever heard about Nokia? So these were the biggest giants of their time. But today, if we go ahead and look in the market, they have just vanished. And I still remember the CEO of Nokia once said when they were announcing their closure that I think the place where we fail is the place wherein we were not able to adapt, we were not able to learn, and we were not able to change ourselves as per the requirement. So, students, adaptability and change is must, and that is the reason the students, the philosophers, or let's say the faculties who are able to adapt and change, they are doing wonders today, and the students who are not are still struggling. And that is why today's webinar topic, which is all about the expert kaleidoscope for digital learning, and the how digital learning is shaping up things, and how digital world have changed the entire scenario, wherein digital learning has become such a vast and a big platform which has made things go from 0 to 1,000 in a single second. So we'll talk a lot about digital learning and how these platforms are helping students. But before that, I want to talk one more thing over here. If we see the past wherein we guys are coming from, digital learning was not at all there. If we want to study any topic, if we want to learn any topic, we have to go through the entire process of schooling, colleging, and all that stuff, and then only we were able to get a degree or a certification. But in today era, there are n number of things which you can do very easily, very quickly, and that can lead you to many possibilities. I think we have Sudhir with us, who is raising an hand. Yes, Sudhir, if, like, you want to ask something, please.
I think we'll take those questions at later stage.
Okay.
You may continue, and Simran ma'am, you can also ask few questions if you wanted. Then we'll open the forum for the all the members.
Perfect. Perfect. So let me just continue what I was saying over here. What I was trying to tell over here was that this digital learning transformation phase, which has happened in India in almost like 5 6 years. Trust me, guys, you guys are the best bunch. At the same time, you are the luckiest one, because today, if you want to do any certification, or if you want to do any course, it is merely takes you a second to enroll for it, to attend your classes for it, and you get that. That was not there in the past era. And that platform really gives you a sense of belonging, a sense of, you can say, success, at the sense of responsibility that, yes, I can do whatever I want. The best part of digital learning today is the course is all designed by you. The preferable time is also designed by you. The number of hours you want to give to that session also designed by you. At the same time, the flexibility from doing it from anywhere, be it from your home, be it from your office, be it from any of the workplaces, or maybe you are on a holiday somewhere, you can do it from that place as well. That again gives you a benefit, and then it is cost effective, obviously. Coming to a university or enrolling to a physical program for 4 years, you have to invest a lot of chunk of amount over there. But when we talk about, you can say, online or digital platform, it is very easy, at the same time cost effective to get it done. So these were the few benefits what digital learning have provided to all the students and the crowd of today. Meanwhile, if any questions are there, so that we can proceed further, how we want to go for it.
Sure, sir. So, sir, there are some common questions which comes in the mind of, I think, every learner. And I would like to take this opportunity to ask you some of these questions. So, sir, starting with a very basic question that how important is education for a person to get successful life? And please tell us with an example of your journey so far.
Okay. That's a nice question, by the way. But then again, this is a myth altogether that how important or how important education plays a role in anyone's journey. I think that this question doesn't exist at all, because education is something which always will be a very important part, or I will say an integral part of anyone's journey. See, there are two types of education a student or a person have to understand. One, education, what you are getting in your school life or in your college life. But at the same time, the second education is something what you do by yourself. If you are curated enough, you have that zeal, that grit in you, you will be keep on constantly learning new things. You will be keep on constantly developing new things. And that's why I always say that journey of learning never stops, and there is no correct age of learning. You can learn at any given point of time, and everything in life teaches you something new. If I talk personally about me, 2010 was the time wherein the entire India, not only India, the world was changing. It was shaping. It was getting digitally transformed, and that was the batch we were from, wherein we were confused that what to do in life. Because for us, it was like yesterday we studied something, and today there is something new. We studied C++ in programming languages, and all of a sudden, over a night, when we wake up, it was like Java, Python, and many other new languages are in the market, and we were confused that how to go for it. But then this digital platform have really played an important role. If, for an example, if I say almost 2 year, 3 years back, I required something wherein one of my teammates said, "Sir, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of time to analyze the data." And that day I decided, yeah, how can it would be very difficult to analyze the data? It is just a number. You have to figure out how to analyze it, what should be the steps about it, and you can do it easily. And that time I searched for a course online. And trust me, I was doing something in my life and just sparing, I think, half an hour every day for almost a week, I was able to master myself in data analysis. And today's that same team member do everything within 5-10 minutes of mine, because he's aware of the same thing. That if I say something to sir, he knows it how to do. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because such courses and such digital learning, or maybe let's say learning itself or education itself, is very important at every particular stage of your life. Because till the time you are not evolving yourself, as I started with allegory of caves of Plato, it all talks about evolving yourself as a human being. Survival of the fittest is what it is. The running pace is high, the world is moving, it's changing drastically, things are changing, jobs prospects are changing. So it is very important to learn new things on daily basis. I have few couple of books I will mention at the end of this webinar, and trust me, that will really change each and every student who is attending this webinar today, the perspective of seeing the entire world together. So we'll discuss that later. But then, yes, education is very important. And students out there, I'm not saying to go ahead and read your books or read your programming languages or read about AI or artificial intelligence. But yes, go ahead, read papers, read discoveries, read new theses which has been coming in the market, all blogs which are educational, so that you are updated what exactly it is running in the market and what exactly industrial platforms, at the same time expertise you should have to cope up with the environment and the world ahead you. So that is very important. One of more example, if I see, I am remembering that uh, leadership qualities is something which doesn't develop overnight. You take years and years of learning to become a leader. And in today's era, if you are looking for a job in a multinational company, or let's say if you are aiming or you are aiming high, because I think all the students who have logged in today are from digital background and they are doing their engineerings or bachelors in computer applications or masters or bachelors in their management. These all fields are the fields which can really take you high. Maybe some of them would be having a dream to work in Silicon Valley, or maybe some of them would be dreaming to go in Google, Facebook, Microsoft, best of the companies in the world. Trust me, students, learning is very important. If you learn, then only you can achieve. And learning never stops.
Right, sir. Life is all about learning new things and upgrading yourself. So, sir, my next question would be that you have a career spanning across 15 years. And in all these years, you have met many academicians, industry professionals, recruiters, and have dealt with various kind of students. So, sir, in your experience, how career opportunities have changed over time? What is the kind of learning and career students are looking for nowadays?
Again, an interesting question. This will take me a while to answer. But before that, I remember just a line while you were taking this question up. Bill Gates once said, "For those much is given, much is expected." This is a very small quote Bill Gates said. I hope everyone who have logged in must be knowing who Bill Gates is. But then, how much is given, that much is expected. And that is very important to understand by the entire Gen Z, I will say, the students who have logged in today, because they have to understand this point very, very crucially, that nothing comes easy in life. Everything comes at a very own rate, at the same time, at a very own pace, and at a very hard way. So, when Bill Gates said this thing that to whom everything is given, much is expected, is that today in today era, if you are aiming ki I can be a CEO or I can be a COO or I can be a director or a manager or operations manager, because today's era they don't have patience, they don't have perseverance. For them, it is like ki, I want to join a job and I directly want to be a director. Trust me, guys, you can do it, but at the same time you have to understand that how much high level you will go, the expectation bar will rise the same way. There is a famous dialogue from, I think, Spider-Man, if you all might have seen, that with great power comes great responsibilities, and that is how the world works. To coming up to your question, that how world has changed or how the career prospects have changed, that have changed drastically. I think we have Arvind as well with us, Arvind sir, from being the director of digital learning. He will agree with me that in our era, when we used to do engineering, there were only two options: either become an engineer or a doctor. There was no other third option left. Like I was not served the third option, or even a sir would have not been served by the third option. It was always very, very particular: become an engineer or a doctor. That's it. But today the things have changed, because if the options were limited, jobs were limited. But today, because options have been immense, there are n number of different options you can do in life, then the jobs criteria have been changed. The number or the amount of platforms have been changed, and that's why the jobs have been changed. In older days, it was all about what you have studied. You have to get a job into that only. But today, let me tell you, all those students who have logged in, be it from their, let's say, management background or engineering background, students need not have to worry. It's just that you require correct information, correct guidance, correct knowledge. Trust me, the sky is the limit. You can get into many different technical fields. You can get into operations, sales, marketing, HR. There are wide spread of options. You need not have to worry about that. The second and the most best thing what has happened recently is the startups. It's about the culture of entrepreneurship which has been developed in recent past time, wherein I think a smart enough young student or a guy with 22 years of age is a CEO of a company and running wonderfully and earning you can't imagine also. So that is how things have changed in last 10 years. No one would have thought that a 22 or 25 years of age person can be a CEO. Like recently, it was published in World Forum as well that a 16-year-old kid was the youngest kid to become a CEO, and his knowledge was immense. It was not the school knowledge that was there with that child, but his evolvement as a technical person, his knowledge, what he built off, what I just said in the previous question of yours, that learning never stops. He was on a continuous learning pathway. And because of that, that broad vision was there through which he was able to own a company and to become a CEO. So the job perspectives have changed, but this is not a negative sign for the students of today. Trust me, this is the best thing happen to the students of this era, that the immense options and career options are there through which you can get into any of the jobs.
Sure, sir. And sir, the next question would be that how are the jobs of tomorrow going to be different from today, and what role will upskilling play in getting future jobs? Why is it important for students to regularly upgrade and upskill themselves?
Okay. So this is again a good question, and I think very much connected to our previous question. We'll start it this way. Last year, I got a chance to manage. I think there is a program called LEAP. Some of you might be aware of it. Some of you not. If you're not, please go ahead and search it. LEAP is leadership program. It is all about learn, evolve, achieve, perform. That is what is LEAP all about. I got an opportunity, but then I was missing up with some skill sets. So that time I realized that if I upskill with few things over here, I can do that. And I went ahead. I did some certifications through University of Toronto over leadership, and then I got enrolled to this program. And within a span of 6 months, I was the brand face for that program. That was some personal example of my life wherein just because of a program which took me almost a month to go through over leadership, I was able to achieve a height and success, which I think if I would have not able to got that platform of that program, it would have taken me at least 2 3 years. So this is how important upskilling plays a role in our life. Just because of upskilling of me providing 1 month to something provided me a platform to become a brand face of such a big program or a leadership role. So these things are very important in life. Upskilling is very important, and how this new phase have changed today is that these new jobs, for an example, if we talk about artificial intelligence or machine learning or data science or let's say cloud computing, though these platforms are very important, but they have drastically changed the entire thinking of jobs today. The market has been flooded. If you think, there might be a misconception and a myth in many of the minds that these new technologies, or let's say chat gpt, which has overnight have changed the entire world, or have students to write an email. If today you ask any of the student to write a mail, what he will do, he will just type on chat gpt that please prepare a mail, and the mail would be in front of them. And because of this, that myth have been created that there would be no future jobs. But trust me, students, it's just a myth. Because of these platforms which are coming because of AI or machine learning, the job sector have boomed. Almost the jobs in data science, machine learning have boomed the sector with 560% of the market rate. This was analysis done by BBC last year for digital world, wherein they said that the market will see a tremendous growth in next 5 years, and that would be a 560% of growth in digital learning landscape. So you need not have to worry that because of this new era, the jobs or things will change. Yes, things have changed. Things have changed for better. It's just that you have to cope up and you have to keep your standards matched to that level. And that's why upskilling plays a very important role. For example, if you guys are pursuing your BCA, MCA, BBA, MBA, or be it whatever course you are into, ensure that you are upskilling yourself on monthly basis. Every month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months down the line, you can walk on to your directors, your faculties. You can ask them the courses required, or you can figure out where exact your interest rate is. For an example, if any one of you thinks that AI is not my cup of tea, I can't be a technical person, but then I have the knowledge of all these technical things, I can play a good role in operations. You can do upskilling of yourself into personality development, soft skills, and how to manage team handling, leadership qualities, and you can get into a different role altogether, wherein the prime aspect would be technical, but you will be working at the back end and managing other things, and that can be a good platform wherein you can get a tremendous good package as well. So this is how upskilling works. And upskilling is something I will relate it to a very good example, but let's keep it for later.
Sure, sir. Sir, today is the era of digital world, and technology has taken over every aspect of our life, and it has transformed the way of learning and education as well. So according to you, what is the scope of digital learning or online learning, and how it is benefiting the students?
Again, I think again this is again connected to the last question of yours. So I will just take it further. Okay, so obviously it's a digital world. Things are changing drastically. Every new day, it's a new beginning altogether. In our times, it was like you have done your graduation, now do your masters, and that's you are done. But today, it is not the same way. So I recently woke up with a quote of Elon Musk. If some of you might be aware of Elon Musk, and maybe few of you not, let me tell you, Elon Musk, in a very layman language, is the owner of Tesla. But few of you might not be aware that he is also the founder and CEO of SpaceX. Now, what is SpaceX? SpaceX is something what he thought of almost 20 to 25 years back regarding the future. And to work on that, he started working almost 30 years back when he became a overnight billionaire by working on one of his startup. So he was the founder of a very big startup at his on a very early age of his. But because of that startup, he didn't stop there. I think there is a background disturbance. If someone can mute his mic or something. Thank you. Okay. So because of that startup, which was PayPal, I don't know if anyone of you would have heard of not, but please go ahead and Google about it. This is very interesting story. So Elon Musk was the founder of PayPal, which is one of the biggest billionaire company of that time. But he didn't stop here. If he wanted to be in his comfort zone, he might have been sitting till today and would have been immensely earning. But that day, almost 30 years back, he decided that he wanted to make up something else. He started working on SpaceX. He is still working. He is designing a mode of transportation from wherein any person means you, me, anyone on this earth can really travel space on real time. So can you imagine how vast the vision has been broadened? Things are not same anymore. Things are changing, persons are changing, their thinking abilities are changing, they are thinking beyond. He is already earning millions in Tesla, but still his working, his capability is to focus on a new path wherein he can provide a normal person to go and reach to a level wherein he or she, anyone, can reach to space. Really sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so I was continuing over there that I was talking about Elon Musk. So guys, go ahead and Google about it. It's a very interesting topic. If I want to talk on that, it will again take a webinar altogether. So coming back, I got diverted. Coming back to the question of yours. So you asked me that how new jobs or the new learning things are changing and shaping. So yes, there are a number of new jobs. It's all about the skill sets. It's all about the knowledge you can gain, you can gather. If you have that knowledge, if you have that skill set, there is a wide variety of jobs you can get into. It's not only about jobs, particularly into technical field. You want to be a software engineer or you want to be a technical person where you can sit at the back end and can uh, talk about data science or artificial intelligence. You can do immense things. Digital marketing is a platform which has seen a drastic growth of 1000% in last 2 years. For a small example, any of you who is using Amazon or Flipkart or let's say Facebook or let's say Instagram, uh, if you just go ahead and search for a shoe on Flipkart or Mintra or let's say Amazon, वो तो कहते हैं ना, there's a very famous dialogue that पूरी कायनात आपको मिलाने के लिए कोशिश करने लग जाती है. तो same happening in digital world today. You might keep that shoe and leave it, but the entire digital platform will start that marketing wherein they will start focusing on you and they will start showing you that entire shoe on all your platforms. You will open the Facebook, you will see that shoe over there. And finally, you fall in that trap. That trap will make you forced to buy that shoe. That is called reverse psychology, and this reverse psychology is the key to digital marketing, and that's why this market has become so vast in last 2 3 years. So the motto behind this entire scenario of me telling you guys were that the scope is not limit, it is limitless. The immense scope is there when we talk about digital platforms, and you guys are, let's say, in a very layman language, you all are with the golden spoon in your hand, wherein it's just that you have to focus for next 6 months or a year on your studies, on your learnings, and you can do wonders in life. So the scope is vast. It's just that you have to focus what exactly you want to do. Please.
Sure, sir. Digital platforms are offering vast opportunities to the students. So, management and leadership are seen as prosperous career options, and we are seeing promotion of entrepreneurship and establishment of startups, etc. Even government is taking various steps to promote entrepreneurship and backing budding entrepreneurs. Also, the career prospects in management are not just limited to India, but many Indians are holding high managerial positions in various renowned companies abroad also. So, what according to you is the importance of getting a management degree for the learners who are aspiring to hold high managerial positions and those who want to start their own ventures?
Right. So this again is a vast topic to talk on. Entrepreneurship, or let's say startups, and me being closely associated to startups from almost like 5 years. I myself has been invested in more than 10 startups, and I work very closely with many of the founders of many big companies, be it an academy, COO who have recently opened his own startup known as Mversity and have got a very good funding, Vivek Sinha, or be it any other startup like be it Zomato, wherein Dipendra Goyal is doing amazing, or be it let's say Piyush, who is doing amazing in Lenskart. And I was listening to Piyush, one of the deliverables recently he did in a convocation ceremony. He also said one very interesting thing, that being privileged is something which is not to be unshowcased. If you are privileged, please go ahead and guide the persons who require the correct guidance. And this is how the entire environment or the ecosystem is changing and behaving in a manner wherein management is playing a tremendous role. I will come to an example later, but answering your question before that would be, management is playing a very key role nowadays. Prior to this, if you go 5 years, 6 years back down the line, engineering used to consider as the prestigious and the renowned degree. And it was said that if you are an engineer, it's done. Like you can achieve anything in life. But then suddenly, if I see 5 years, 6 years down the line, the entire thesis changed. Suddenly, engineering changed and got dependent to management. Then it was again started saying as Acha, engineering you have done, now you at least do a MBA degree that will help you to get a good job. Again, this is a very common myth. MBA do help, but how it helped, no one able to understand that. Engineering is obviously a very good option to pursue for, but why it has been dependent to management is because management have recently in last 5 years in any of the companies, be it let's say MNC like Google or Microsoft, or let's say Facebook, or let's say Infosys, or let's say Wipro, like best of the companies, if students name, or let's say if I'm saying about Google, you guys might have heard about Sundar Pichai, like the CEO of Google from Indian origin, and let me tell you, he's my super senior coming from IIT Kharagpur itself, and the way things have changed, be it he's the most earning professional right now in world. Within a seconds he is earning in lakhs, and recently it has been quoted by the government of America that he is a new billionaire origin from India in their country. Now how these things have happened, this is all the power of management. I have a very good book over this. I think I lost the battery of headphones, just give me a sec. Am I audible?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So, how management have changed things around is for students, please do read a book. I will tell you, 1 Minute Manager or Situational Leadership. These two books will really help you to understand management and how what management is all about. So, what drastically have happened that all the companies, be it any MNC, be it a startup, be it any layman, or let's talk about any of the universities, they have become dependent on different manpowers and resources. Previous 6 years, 10 years down the line, if there was a role, let's for an example say of a product manager, so an engineer used to develop a product. The second one was situational leadership. So to develop that product, an engineer was required. He used to develop. But in today era, to develop that product, first it has to be checked whether that product is market fit or not. What is the risk analysis behind that? Will this product work in market? How we have to market this product? And for all this, what is required is management. And that's why management have drastically within last 5 6 years have become a key player for any success. So management is very important, be it bachelor's or master's you are doing in management. Students, remember, each and everything taught to you in management will play a very important role somewhere in your career. I remember a book named Three Law of Performances. I will request everyone. Okay, some of them are asking the book names again. The first one was 1 Minute Manager. The second one was Situational Leadership or Situational Leaders. And the third one was Three Law of Performance by Dave. So these books will really help you understand the management aspect and the management rule, how it has changed in few years. So management plays a very key role over here. Over to you.
Yes, sir. Sir, today we are talking about career. And today's is a world of technology and social media. And right now, there are various social media platforms available which are helping people in self-branding, in enhancing their portfolio, and even they are helping them to get jobs. So according to you, how can our learners take maximum advantage of social media and start their careers? And in case of working professionals, how they can enhance their career using social media platforms?
I really envy on this question of yours because this was something which was never provided to us as a platform. And what I said before as well, the students who have logged in today over this digital platform, which is Zoom again, it was also not available at a point of time in our days. Or let's say who all are learning something digitally today or doing some courses, things have become so easy for you guys, and you guys are really golden spoon born, and you can do things drastically. You can do wonders because of these social media platforms. In our times, nothing was there. Today, if a student want to showcase his talent, he have immense platforms to do that. And I don't know why social media platforms are being misused, but if you see really, they carry a big power with them. Today, overnight success is guaranteed, and you have seen many example in past that how social media have become a key player for overnight success of many influencers. And this term influencers have come through that only, wherein a 20-year-old person have become influencer. This is all the power of social media. But then over here, I will uh, say that social media have their own pros and cons both, and the student have to realize that. Now, if you want to make a career, if you are looking for a good job, if you are looking for a platform, you don't have to go to search for a job or some fair to get a job. You can easily do that just by creating a LinkedIn account. So all those students who are here today in this webinar, this is my personal request to all of you. Go ahead. Many of you might be having it. If not, go ahead and create a LinkedIn account, which is very important, because this is one of the best social media platform, which not only give you a reach, but at the same time gives you a exposure to plenty and plenty of new platforms. You can create your own profile, you can get into different polls, you can participate in different blogs, you can participate in different agendas wherein discussions are happening, fairs are happening, wherein you can play a vital role, you can showcase your talent over there. You can reach out to a CEO directly of any company. Even you can reach out to me within a second if you want. That is the power of LinkedIn, or that is the power how you can help, or you can get help from a social media platform, or how you can drastically achieve heights through social media. So for that, you have to realize the importance of social media platforms. If you have that thing in mind, you can achieve wonders in life. Over to you.
Sure, sir. So, sir, on a lighter note, I would like to ask that you have been a student once, and in our student life, we have a lot of experiences and we encounter different kinds of people. Some of them inspire us, motivate us, and we remember them for our lifetime. So, from your journey, can you share any experience, any event, or any person who has inspired you?
Okay. Now this is a tough one. This is really the toughest question. So you have kept the toughest question for the last, I think. So see, every journey of a person is never been easy. There have always been ups and downs and setbacks, failures. If all of you can recall, I started from that note only, that failures is the first step to success, and everyone have to face that failure. All who are here sitting with a 90 to 95%, be ready for your failures. And all those who have failed in life, there is nothing new you have to do. You have to just keep on doing that, and you will be succeeding in life sooner or later. But on a lighter note, when you have asked this question, I still recall a name, though I will not take that name on this platform. But then there is a learning he gave me many years back. This is a very interesting thing, and I will like all the listeners to keep a note of this thing and go ahead and read about it. This is called amygdala hijack. I don't know any one of you would have heard about it or not, but this is something which can do wonders in your life. Trust me, students or all the facilitators, all the respected guests who have joined us today, if you can empower this one single thing in your life, trust me, sky would be the limit. You will never look behind or back, or you will never feel that you are failing in something. That is called amygdala hijack. That's a very small word, but it can create a very drastic change in your entire journey. I will say again because I can see someone ask amygdala hijack. Now, what is amygdala hijack? In childhood, many of you, or still today, for an example, chalo, let's speak with the example on this because it would be very difficult for understanding that. For an example, you might have heard that in childhood your mother would have said or your father would have said कि सो जाओ वरना ये आ जाएगा वरना वो आ जाएगा, या फिर लाइट ऑफ कर देंगे तो तुम्हें डर लगेगा, या फिर तुम सो नहीं रहे हो तो ऐसा हो जाएगा. See, these are very small things, but you never know how that impact a human mind. Still, each and every one of us is living with a dilemma which was happened in our childhoods. This is something which is psychological. I feel it would be difficult to understand, and that's why I'm talking in a very layman language. I am basically a PhD in psychology as well. I didn't mention it anywhere till now, but how psychology works and how reverse psychology works. For an example, these small senses which has happened in your life in your childhood plays a very important role in your achievements, your career, and your success. If you are able to understand the role of amygdala hijack, you will never see a failure. Now, how to understand that? With the example, if I say, even today, many of you, you all are a grown up, but what happens if someone shouted at you, or when someone just raises a hand at you, you directly, nothing happens, you directly go on a protective mode to protect yourself. Why that is happening? That is happening because something in your childhood has happened wherein your amygdala was hijacked, and it was kept, that message was provided to your brain that if someone raises hand, you have to go in a protective mode. And this thinking have changed conceptually everything in your later or sooner journey of life. Today also, when you listen to something positive, you always feel of something negative before that. You think शायद ये ऐसा हुआ है ना तो शायद इसकी वजह से हुआ. That negative thinking impact is because of that amygdala hijack, which was later or sooner done damage in your childhood itself. So if you are able to train your brain, or if you are able to stop that hijack happening, you can do or you can achieve wherever you want to go for, or wherever you want to do for, or anything, by just these small changes. So I don't think that we have time to discuss this topic because this is a very detailed topic, but students, please make a note of amygdala hijack. I will really want every one of you to read about it, and then you can personally connect with these things. So just to answer your question, there was a person who taught me of this particular term. I read it once, twice, thrice, many a times. And when I understood this, I have achieved success in my life. So I really owe big time to that person, to that mentor of mine who have taught me of amygdala hijack. And today, all those who are on this platform, go ahead, learn this topic, and this will really change the perception the thinking of yours to achieve whatever you want in your career, and be focused with the grit, or with the zeal, or with the perseverance towards your target, and trust me, you will achieve whatever you have focused for. On that note, I want to tell one more book name over here, which is Power of Now. Whenever you get time, do read this book. I have personally read it thrice, and this is very brilliant book, written by, I think, Eckhart Tolle. It would be Ekarttolle. One of the very famous writers. Power of Now is the book name, and this book will really change your conceptual and mind thinking. Over to you.
Sure, sir. So the book you have suggested is really very good. As its name suggests, The Power of Now, it is also a very powerful book, which has the potential to change people's life. So thank you very much, sir, for your insightful words. And now the session platform is open for question and answers. So all the learners who want to ask any question or any query, you can type your question in the chat box. Learners, you can type your question or even you can unmute yourself. Any query related to today's session?
Achha, meanwhile, the question is coming. I just remember two more books. One is very close to my heart, Siddhartha. So if any one of you get time, please do read that book, Siddhartha, wherein we started with saying that learning never stops. So this journey of Siddhartha is all about Gautam Buddha. Obviously, Gautam Buddha's name was Siddhartha, and Siddhartha is something which again have played a very important role in my learnings. I think someone is asking something.
One question is continuously coming. It is related to, can you advise to buy a LinkedIn Premium?
Sorry, can you advise to buy a LinkedIn Premium?
So they are basically looking for your opinion. Should they buy LinkedIn Premium or just go through a free version?
Okay. In my opinion, I personally feel that going for a premium profile or over LinkedIn is not required as of now at your stage. What is required is how you enhance and portray your LinkedIn profile is very much important. How to showcase your talent is very much important. Premium subscriptions doesn't give you any liberty. The motto which we said in the webinar as well, that we want to showcase the world, and we want to get that entire sort of exposure can be provided or can be get through the normal LinkedIn account as well. You don't have to go ahead for a premium account as of now. Yes, 5 years, 10 years down the line, I would love to see many of you as CEOs or operational head or directors, and then you can be a premium member over LinkedIn wherein we can talk together.
Sir, there is another question, that which subject do you think are going to be the most useful in our future?
Okay. Particularly if we talk about management, it would be all about people skill, people management, entrepreneurships, learnings, and all things related to upskilling in management would be the key role subjects for you in future. When we talk about engineering, or let's say about computer applications, it would be all about machine learnings, artificial intelligence, data sciences, cloud computing, cyber security. Those are.
Thank you so much, sir. And now I would like to invite Dr. Arvind Kumar Singh, Director of CDOE VGU, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Simran ma'am. But we can take one more call. There is a student called Afna. She want to ask her question. I think she was continuously pinning, so we should allow her.
Sure, sir. We'll
We
unmute
can
her.
unmute her.
Sure.
Good evening, all of you.
Good evening.
Nadeem sir, my question is that, as I asked you before, which subject do you think are going to be the most useful and successful in our future, and to get more and more jobs and career options? So, what do you think the most, what can we say, most useful subject for going through in our life?
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for asking that
And
question.
my one more question is that we learn so many things in our life. We read them 10 times in a day. We read things. We learn more and more things. So what do you think? What can you do to learn more and more things effectively? Can you please answer me that? It will really help me a lot.
Okay, sure. So I will take both of your questions. So starting with your first question, which was what subjects we should prefer to achieve success in life, or what subjects we should, or what subjects we should learn. So over here, what I will say is, see, anyhow, your career path should be fixed. It can't get diverted or deviated every now and then. So if you have made up your mind you want to get into management or engineering or computer sciences, be sure to stick to that plan. Later or sooner, you will achieve or taste the fruit of success. But with that, as we discussed, the most important thing is upskilling yourself and getting certified on many different things. For example, if you are doing management, you can do small little courses over your personality traits, over your professionalisms, over your leadership qualities, upskilling yourself over soft skills, over different topics like how to work in a corporate environment, how to achieve success into management. And with that, I again recall a book name. Corporate Chanakya. So many of you might have heard about Chanakya. So there is a very beautiful book, Corporate Chanakya. So I will advise all the students of management, do read this book. This will give you a overview and oversight of how you can do wonders in management. Coming up to your second question, I really missed that question. Can you please, if help me to ask that?
So she was asking that how can we effectively learn? We are reading so many
Yes.
things. So
So that was something interesting someone have asked in this session. This happens quite a while, that though that zeal is there to learn, but sooner or later we forget, or we are not able to get. It happens with all the students, and everyone will agree with me that some topics you are not able to get in your mind, or some topics are very simple, but then you are not able to understand. I will say start practical knowledge, start learning things practically. That is very important. Sooner or later in life you have to do things practically. So why not with your studies? While studying, ensure that you are doing things practically. Whatever you are learning, implement that in your real life. This thing will get you in a mood wherein you will never forget anything. At the same time, whatever you are studying, make it interesting. Think of how you can make it interesting. Think of how you can make it look good. That is very important. So if you are studying data sciences or artificial intelligence, go for live examples. Go for, you have a tool, you have a big tool in your hand, Google, and now to then chat gpt is also there. So instead of wasting time in many other social platforms which are of no use, use this two social platforms, and that can be a big sword in your hand, and that can really turn around things for you. Thank you.
okay,
I think any other
Yeah.
question?
Thank you very much, Nadeem sir. And it was a quite interesting session. When we were planning for this session, actually, there was one idea in my mind. Previous to this session, all the session which we were conducting were somewhere down the line related with some topic, some specific industry related topic. So we thought of let us have a session where a speaker is coming and share his life journey. Specifically, he or she can motivate these learners and talk about the very small bit, but which are very much important in their career. So once again, thank you very much from behalf of the whole VGU family that you have spare out your time and deliver such an important session which is going to change the life of so many people. I do agree with you on so many terms. Like, we were not so much fortunate that all the amenities were not provided to us. Now, in last 3 or 4 years, we have seen the power of technology. How can we share our knowledge? How can we share wisdom or whatever we have learned in our life to these guys? So this is an information age and everybody must utilize it. The one thing which I also want to contribute here, do go with Google and Chat GPT, but be a little bit careful. Now, information is flooded in these social networks. Verify that information, do your own research. Sir has suggested so many wonderful books to you all. At least try to read one book, Corporate Chanakya, or any book related to the Chanakya. Basically, it was contributed by one of the very eminent scholar of these days, Radhakrishna Pillai. Is also a wonderful leader. You can go and read those books and learn lot many things from those books. Now, this is a time of practical learning, experiential learning. So if you want to learn things, first try to unlearn also. Because most of the time what is happening, we are absorbing so many informations with us. So keep the necessary information with you. We'll share the recording version of this session. I can see lot many people are asking about the recorded version. So all of you will get this recorded version. And the way Nadeem ji has expressed himself honestly, honesty is the most important thing, because one should be ready to accept their failure. And if you failed in your life, then only you'll have the good taste of. Once Newton has also called, and so many people, that I have learned my life through different kind of failures only. So in this session, he has tell us very practical and important things like a life of Elon Musk, and go read about those people, try to get inspired from these people and take the optimum things of these things. I'm also very much thankful to Simran ma'am. She also asked very interesting, simple but meaningful questions. For any good discussion, good questions are always important.
Very true.
So if you want to unfold the journey of somebody, you have to ask the small, simple question and deep dive to the life of the person. So I congratulate both of you. I'm also thankful to the entire department because they have arranged this session. And I request our LMS manager just to present our token of appreciation to Nadeem ji. Nadeem ji, from behalf of Center for Distance and Online Education, I take this opportunity to present you this e-certificate of appreciation. And we hope that we'll conduct so many sessions in future also, where you can inspire the learner, you can share nugget of knowledge. And we are also thankful to all the learners who joined today and stay throughout the session. Because when you are present in these sessions, throughout the sessions only, then only you can learn each and everything. We'll share the recording. Thank you, everyone. Now we can wind up it. Thank you, Nadeem.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It was a privilege to come on this session and to come on this platform. And you have given that opportunity wherein I can share my thoughts to all those inspiring and budding future leaders, I will say. So thank you so much for this wonderful session and for that platform. I will just end it by saying silence is the key to success, and students, let's work in silence and let's your success do the talking. There is a very good saying that परिंदों को मिलेगी मंजिल एक दिन, ये फैले हुए उनके पर बोलते हैं, और वही लोग रहते हैं खामोश अक्सर जमाने में जिनके हुनर बोलते हैं. So all the very best, all of you. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful words today. And thanks to all the learners also for making this session a success. And to all the learners, a feedback form has been shared in the chat box. So please fill the feedback form before you leave the session. Thank you so much, sir.